Hey everybody, this is Brannen from Sparksmith, helping you see and be seen. Today we have this like-new 2022 Ford Bronco Raptor, and the customer brought it in to put in that pile of parts. This is a new front bumper and some new ditch lights, but we are also going to be testing out some of our own stuff. I've got these adapters that will plug straight into the headlights and allow us to get park and turn signal functions with a plug-and-play kit that we're going to develop for these Broncos, where you could put grill bars right in here if you wanted to. So got a couple of things to do, so let's get to work. So I've been working on the Bronco here for probably an hour or so, just kind of fiddling with stuff, trying to figure out. Essentially, the one that is tricky is the daytime running light. Weirdly, this does not have a 12 volt signal. We're running into this more and more with new vehicles, that the vehicle sends a signal that is not just a standard 12 volt on off kind of thing for stuff like daytime running lights. The problem there is the bars won't turn on while you're driving around during the day. They'll only turn on when the park lamps turn on, which is when it gets dark, unless you manually switch them on. So the other options we have for this plug-and-play kit for the Broncos is to go to the underhood fuse box with fuse tap, or to one of the upfitter switches. So we got to look into that and see which one is going to be the best option there. As I was saying, I was rummaging around under here with my trusty power probe, and using this adapter, we were checking the signal coming through each one of these wires. And it's supposed to be a 12 volt signal from this wire, which is pin 7. That is the daytime running light circuit, according to the diagrams and all that. However, when I put the power probe onto this wire, when it's plugged in and the daytime running lamps are on, I get nothing. And there's no voltage here. It's like a 2% duty cycle. So I think without more capabilities, that idea is out. So barring this as an option, our other two options are to come over here to the underhood fuse box and find a fuse that has ignition on power. There's a couple of them to choose from. There's also the upfitter switches have fuses in here as well. So that's kind of the thing we need to figure out, is do we want to go with one of those, or do we want to go with tapping into the upfitter wiring, which is back over there. So I've spent probably the better part of an hour and a half now going through all the circuits in the underhood fuse box, and kind of made a list of things that were potentially good fits. And the ones that are crossed out on the left here were because they are not switched power, they are on all the time. So you're left with the 6 upfitter switch fuses. And then over here I found some that were switched, and these are all things that you don't really want to tap into, because they are things like PCM, powertrain control module, powertrain components, transmission control module. All these control modules, in my experience, if you fuse tap into those, it can cause the vehicle to do funny things. So I try to stay away from those. Now, I could possibly do it with the fuel injectors, but I'm not too keen on that with something as modern as this. So really, you're just left with the upfitter switches for getting switched power from under here, which means you just got to go to these little wires back here and get switched power from there. Okay, so after doing some tinkering with this thing some more, what I've determined is that we're going to do this two ways. We're going to have one option that is just a plug-and-play module, and that means the grill bars will come on anytime your parking lights are on, so pretty much only at night. The other option will have a wire that will run over to one of the upfitter or auxiliary switches, and you can crimp on a spade terminal to there and just plug it in, and leave that switch on, and that way it'll come on anytime the vehicle's on. That's really the two best options that I can come up with right now on this thing, and I think they're both going to work pretty well. So next I got to work on the physical mounting of the bars. Now I want them to go kind of down in this lower slot here. The thing I have to be careful of, I don't know if you see it too well, but there's shutters for the radiator that do move, so we've got to be careful about those and stay clear of those, but find a way to easily mount the bars in this gap right here. So I'm going to pull the grill off, which is fairly straightforward, and then we'll see what we can do about mounting them. So real quick, I wanted to show you over here on these grills, when you take them off, they've got 4 bolts that take a 10mm socket and some plastic pop rivets, and then they've got a disconnect right here for the camera and the camera washer, and so you'll just unplug those and then the whole grill is ready to come off. Oh, and don't forget, if you've got the Raptor lights, there is a connector over here for those as well. So I've got the grill off and kind of come up with a plan for how to mount this bar in this gap. And you can see these are the shutters that I was talking about, and those move, so we can't hit those. And so I think what I'm going to do is just make a bracket that comes up, across, and back down. Just take some aluminum strips, shape them into that, screw it into there, and that'll be the whole mounting process. Okay, so I got the brackets made. You can see that they just kind of has a little step at each end, and that will fit right there, and will come with self-drilling screws that'll run through the pre-drilled holes and into the plastic right here. Okay, so I've got my bars made. These are just a prototype, so don't mind the paint work that is dodgy on these, but final product will be a little more fine. Anyway, got my bars made and the grill bars mounted to them, and then these will just simply go right there on each side and run in with 2 self-drilling screws. And then the wiring portion is where things get easy, but first you have to remove the driver's side headlight. So the good news is that you only have to remove the driver's side headlight. So once you pop the grill off with the 4 screws that were across the top, you take a 10mm socket, take these top 2 bolts out, and then there's one more. In typical Ford fashion, what they wanted to do was put one right down here. So you can get to this by pulling this panel out and away. And then of course, it's not a 10, it uses an 8mm socket. So you've got that. There's one other thing let's see if I can show it. Right up here, from the factory, they put in this little plastic rivet. And it's just there. Typically they put those in to kind of hold the headlamp in place until you can get it bolted in. So it's not critical to the headlight because the bolts are more than enough to hold it in, but to get it out, you do have to pry that little guy out of there. And then lastly, over here on the inner part, there is a little locking tab that you have to pop out, and then your whole headlight can unplug and slide out. All right, so I have spent a hot minute working on this 2022 Bronco Raptor. And I have come up with a truly plug and play kit for these things. It comes with a jumper, and all this will be tidied up on the final version. We'll get some pictures of it and stuff like that. But in short, it has two 14-inch bars. I had to make one little adjustment to the brackets, so that will be fixed so that it looks correct. But the brackets with the grill bars will mount right there, and they will just screw straight into this plastic, kind of like that. You can see, so if you look at this one, like the distance here, it doesn't look quite right, and so I flattened out this end, and it just fits a little bit better. So we're going to change the design of the bracket right there a little bit, but hey, that's prototyping. Anyway, so each side will have its own thing to get turn signal and ground, and that wire will come down and plug straight into the grill bar. And then all you'll have to do besides plugging that in is run one little wire back to any auxiliary upfitter, whatever you want to call them, switches that you want. So there are 6 of them back there. So you can take this wire, and we'll include the matching female spade connector that you can crimp onto one of those wires back there. We can help you identify what they are if you need to, and that will give you a complete plug and play grill bar setup for your Bronco. Really excited about this. I'm actually pretty proud of myself for it. So one thing I managed to do was I built this little harness right here. It doesn't look like much, but what this does is it takes a 3-wire input and turns it into a 2-wire output. So if, like this Raptor version here, you have the amber running lights, the grill bar can also be amber with amber turn. And I'll take some video here in a second to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so for this plug and play Bronco grill bar kit, once you get the grill removed, there's 4 bolts across the top and some plastic clips. The whole grill pops off. Don't forget about your quick disconnects over here for the front camera and the washer for it. If you have the Raptor, there is a plug here to disconnect for the Raptor lights that go in the grill. Once that's off, you can remove this piece of bodywork a little bit, and there's a bolt here that takes an 8mm socket, and then 2 up here that take a 10mm socket. That whole headlight can come out, and you can get access to the plug in the back. Now, once you're at this stage, it's pretty dang easy. So far we're just at nuts and bolts. The wiring part, I could not have made it easier, I don't think. So what you're gonna do is, this is the harness, this is the whole thing. You're not going to the battery, you don't have to run grounds, you don't have to do any of that. All you have to do is take this and plug in right here to your factory headlight. Sorry about the crappy camera work, doing the best I can. So you'll notice on your harness, there's gonna be 1 black wire that or 2 black wires that come into a single connector. The plug with the single black wire goes on the driver's side. That is so that this one with the diode in it and the red spade connector, you're going to take that and you're going to run it up through there. I would recommend running it right along this frame rail through that hole, and you're going to run it all the way over to your auxiliary or upfitter switches that are back towards the back of the firewall. Then you have the other adapter, which is going to come over here. Now if you want, you can pull this headlight out. It's not going to take its 3 bolts, and you can pop that guy out. It can be done without removing it, because you can access the plug for this headlight. You just reach down in here and kind of feel with your hand, and this guy pops right out. And this plugs right in. So you plug that in, and you'll plug this into your headlight. And then you just route this wire behind this headlight. So these two wires will have to go behind the headlight, and it'll come down and plug into this guy. And same thing over here. You'll route this wire with the 3-pin plug, and it'll plug into this guy. And then once you've got this tapped into whichever auxiliary switch you want, you're pretty much done. You just got to put everything back together. So I'm going to do that with a time lapse real quick, and then I can show you the different options that we have for these bars. Okay, I've got everything wired up, everything's installed back in place, the grill bars are in, grill's on, all that. So I'd like to go over a couple of features of this new kit. So when you hit the unlock button, it'll flash with the turn signals, and whatever color for the running light you have, it will come on. Right now they are set to white running light with sequential amber turn. And when you lock, everything turns off. Then obviously, if you want to have a single color, I'm going to install a harness that I made, and I'll show you the difference that that makes. But first, let me show you this. So that's kind of the effect you get if you have the 2-color white running light with amber turn. And next I'm going to show you what it looks like with white with a white turn. Okay, last but not least, we have the amber running light with amber sequential turn signal. So really quite pleased with how this turned out. The amber almost perfectly matches the factory amber running lights. I think it looks really sharp, and the install could not be easier. You're literally plugging everything in. The power, the switched power for the auxiliary switches is completely optional. These bars will come on with the plug and play harness going to the headlights. The bars will come on anytime the parking lights are on. So anytime, like once it gets to be nighttime. If you want them to be on during the daytime, you have to run that extra wire up to one of your upfitter switches. But other than that, this is a super simple install. The bars just screw right into place on the plastic. You plug a couple of things in and you're done. So hopefully you like it.